Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. So I'm guessing a lot of you haven't heard about this because literally hardly nobody's talking about it, and I don't know why. Because these athletes should be held responsible for their actions. I don't care what team they're on, how much money they make, or how much you like sports. This should not be allowed. But yet nobody's talking about it. Opinion. Justin Thomas's use of homophobic slur shows how far sports still has to go. What happened with Thomas shows how in post-George Floyd era, the country is immeasurably better at blunt discussions about race, but we are still infantile with numerous blind spots when it comes to homophobia. At the Century Tournament of Champions on January the 9th, 2021, Thomas, the number 3 ranked golfer in the world, used an anti-gay slur after missing a putt. The slur was caught on live mic. Imagine what he says when he's ill about something or just angry. This was just from missing a putt, okay? I'm not even going to say what he said because you have to go look that up for yourself. He said it on live mic. So you know he uses this term a lot just to be saying it. Just from missing a putt, come on. There's no excuse, he said in an interview after his round was complete. I am an adult, a grown man. There's absolutely no reason for me to say anything like that. It's terrible. I'm extremely embarrassed. It's not who I am. It's not the kind of person I am. But unfortunately, I did it and I have to own up to it. And I'm very apologetic. I sure don't see you out there supporting trans communities, gay communities, the LGBT communities. I don't see you doing anything, Justin. Hey, I'm calling it like I see it. You the one did it. The problem with Thomas saying that that's not who he is, unfortunately, is that's exactly who he is right now. That doesn't mean he will always be this way. It doesn't mean he can't change, but no one blurts out that type of ugliness without it being a core part of who they are. And I'm guessing he doesn't have, a disorder like Tourette's or something that he would just, we know he did it. Because he was mad, he was in a moment, and he said it. And that's probably, I'm alleging, probably something he says when he gets mad. Cores are not always made of hardened substance. They can slightly shift like molten lava and reform into something better. But for right now, this is exactly who Justin Thomas is. One of his sponsors, Ralph Lauren, dropped Thomas about a week after the incident. But listen to Ralph Lauren's statement, okay? This is what annoys me. Listen to what Ralph Lauren said about dropping him. We are disheartened by Mr. Thomas's recent language, which is entirely inconsistent with our values, the company said in a statement. While we acknowledge that he has apologized and recognizes the severity of his words, he is a paid ambassador of our brand and his actions conflict with the inclusive culture that we strive to uphold. In reflecting on responsibility we have to all of our stakeholders, we have decided to discontinue our sponsorship with Mr. Thomas at this time. As we make this decision, our hope is that Mr. Thomas does the hard and necessary work in order to partner with us again, truly examining this incident, learning, growing, and ultimately using his platform to promote inclusion. It's good that Ralph Lauren severed ties and condemned what Thomas said, but it's this part of the statement that's problematic. Our hope is that Mr. Thomas does the hard and necessary work in order to partner with us again. This makes the severing of ties seem more like a publicity stunt than a sincere gesture. No sincere gesture would already allow the possibility of a return to the company just days after such a disgusting incident. And no one is saying that Thomas should never have another sponsorship or that he should live with this forever. That's not the point. But Ralph Lauren's statement demonstrates how sports and key parts of the sports machine still don't take homophobia as seriously as they should, and certainly not as serious as racism. And I agree with the part of what they're saying about the Ralph Lauren statement. What do you mean with us again? Hopefully one day again. And no, he's not out here promoting anything for the trans community or the gay community or the LGBT community or any other community. He's another paid celebrity who did an oopsie and, got caught and got a little slap on the hand. But he's still making bank. Has always made bank. That's the point. And these companies, these sponsors, just don't care. Because they bring the money to them. These athletes, these celebrities, these sports, they bring all these millions back to these sponsors. So of course they're going to let them come back. Even if they haven't grown, learned from the situation. It's disgusting. Ralph Lauren, y'all got a lot of growing to do too. Really. There's simply no way Ralph Lauren could have gotten away with, "We hate what he did, but the door is still open for him to come back." If Thomas screamed a racial slur, the execration of Ralph Lauren would have been nuclear. There's a lack of understanding, even by straight allies, about the amount of damage that's done to openly gay people, particularly young ones. Alfonso David, president of Human Rights Campaign, the nation's largest LGBTQ civil rights organization, tweeted after the incident, "This type of discriminatory language causes real harm, and there is no place for it in sports. We must continue to work for greater inclusion and acceptance. That's how we all ultimately will win." Ralph Lauren actually said, they actually said, oh gosh, it just really blows my mind. While we acknowledge that he has apologized and recognizes the severity of his words, he is a paid ambassador of our brand, and they hope to one day let him come back. I mean, really? Ralph Lauren, y'all should know better. But you know, we're not shocked. I'm bisexual, and even I catch hell for being bisexual, but it's nothing compared to what the gay, trans, and the communities take every day of their life. They take, and I'm not trying to make racism more or less important than the homophobic slurs. I'm not trying to say one is more or less, nothing like that. I'm just saying that I agree with this article about Ralph Lauren and their comment about the door being open still, even after he made this homophobic slur, being wrong. And they don't learn that way. And he's number 3 in the world. So you know he makes a ton off these contracts and tours and just when are they going to stop? When is everyone going to stop with this racism and homophobic slurs and transphobia, and just when are people going to stop and just let us live? Let people live and be who they want to be. You know? But you don't hear them. You don't hear somebody like Justin Thomas saying, "Damn pedophiles," when he misses a putt. "Damn groomers." But you hear him say a homophobic slur, or you hear someone say a racial slur. Why don't they take that kind of hate and use it against the people who actually hurt children? People who are, are actual racists, like damn racists. Why don't they use it in a different way? Instead of pointing it towards a community that already is being hurt and has been hurt for so long. Why can't people change their words? Instead of saying a homophobic slur, bash someone who has actually hurt kids. And I'm not saying to hate on anyone. You shouldn't hate on anyone, but geez, he's number 3 in the world. Throwing out homophobic slurs and nobody's talking about it. It's just like, oh well, another day. Ralph Lauren might let him come back. It's ridiculous. Share your thoughts in the comments. I mean, we got to talk about this stuff, y'all. That's the only way we're going to try to stop it. And the only way we're going to share awareness is to talk about it and share these videos and our concerns about this stuff. That's the only way. Thanks for watching. Bye.